All right, everybody. Joey Nohana, Anthony Caruso here, across from me, back again, talking New Japan Pro Wrestling. The G1 Climax rolls on, doesn't stop. I think I found that out the hard way, like the last 2 hours, I think, maybe?
More than that.
I just consumed, like, I believe 8 to 9 matches, I think, in the last 2 hours, I believe. Maybe 3, I don't know. Not as bad as the 21 matches that we had to do for the Super Juniors tournament. That was hell on earth.
Yeah, we didn't do a good job of keeping up with the Kardashians on that one.
No. Wrestling is not meant. I don't know. I don't think no matter how good your promotion is, wrestling should never be meant to binge watch. Maybe sometimes.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's a binge-worthy thing. Like, wrestling is just...
Especially when it's just, like, matches.
Yeah, if it's just, like, matches. I mean, that's the only time you would ever complain about just wrestling. But it's just... hardly ever... I mean, you can watch the commentary afterwards. But no promos, no commentary really going on. Just the wrestling. It's just... Constantly, it's very difficult to do. But once a day, you're full of wrestling. You know, once a day is not bad at all. 5 matches, you can knock it out.
That's why I've been watching it every day instead of letting it build up.
Yeah. No, I learned my lesson. So, back on track here. We have the 23rd to talk about. We had a day off on the 24th. Thank God. They take like 1 day off. And then we had the 25th. We had the B block on the 25th. So, without further ado, let us get into the A block here at the Machida City General Gymnasium. July 23rd.
My birthday.
That's right. And speaking of your birthday, this is the hometown. Your birthday was held on the same date as the G1 Climax was in the hometown of Togi Makabe. Yeah.
Nice.
Shit reference, but I tried to tie it all in together. Yeah. This is this is the hometown of Togi Makabe, so you got to know he's going to lose this one, right? Right, guys? That's how it works. So you have Yoshihashi versus Zack Sabre Jr. Bottom line, everybody, I have notes written down, but the only thing I can really tell you is that this was all Sabre. This was all Zack Sabre Jr.
Sabre.
I mean, there's all Sabre for a little bit, and then sometimes he gets his ass whipped. This was all Sabre Jr. Hashi, like, started a comeback at some point, at a couple of points. He attempted a comeback.
Yeah.
But, Zack hit him with a PK, got him into a triangle choke, tries to get him in an armbar on the left arm. Can't fully lock it in. All he did was attack the left elbow of Yoshihashi. The whole match. That was it. Yoshi sold and sold and sold and sold. So Hashi fights him off before he could put in an armbar towards the end of the match until Sabre gets the octopus stretch in. And then he practically folds over the poor guy, almost getting his own forehead to touch his own fucking knees. Eventually, Hashi had to give up or die, one of the two. So he goes the smart route here.
I'm going to have to stop you right there. I noticed you referred to that move as the octopus stretch. In fact, pull out the notes. It is referred to, hurrah, another year. Surely this one will be better than the last. The inexorable march of progress will lead us to happiness. That was the name of the move you were talking about.
That is the full move for the octopus stretch that Zack Sabre Jr. does. There's a word for it in Japanese. They actually called it something else in Japanese. I can't remember what it was. I think it was like, not hentai. I was going to say hentai. Something along the lines of hentai. Or I think it's like Genkai, go something. Oh. But there's a move for it. Yeah, apparently that's the full move name, everybody. So if you could manage to get that on a fucking card, go for it. If you could give it a shot. After the match, Hashi was still selling the left elbow, so I'm assuming that's what's going to be the target moving forward. And it got murdered, all right? That's bottom line. He got this fucking elbow torn to shreds during this match against Zack Sabre Jr. So we have Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Yuji Nagata. They grapple for a bit, then Tanahashi sees an opening in the left knee of Nagata, starts to zero in on it, puts him in a figure four. Nagata has trouble getting out of the figure four leg lock until he finally turned him over and transferred the pain to Tanahashi via PayPal. Jesus Christ, who came up with this shit? Like, I fucking hate that spot. It's the worst, one of the worst spots in wrestling, hands down. So afterwards, Tana keeps beating up on Nagata and would taunt every time he did it, Crowd would boo him because it's not honorable, and you can't be fucking doing that shit against Nagata. Apparently, that's off limits.
I like how Tanahashi is like always like the big time babyface, but then occasionally will just like do really heelish tactics.
You could do anything you want to Naito. You could do anything you want to any of the bad guys, but if it's Yuji fucking Nagata and you taunt and do your shtick, no, brother, you have to take that shit out there, Oni-chan. Don't be doing that shit up in here. Nagata gets a hold of the bad arm, puts it in the Nagata lock. So he rolls the eyes. First time Yuji went after the bad bicep, he stayed off of it a little bit because Yuji Nagata, honorable man, champion, former champion. He's not gonna be the dirty heel here. But after Tanahashi was provoking him and being a general dickhead, he said, well, fuck it. I'm just going to break your fucking shoulder or your arm right here, right now. I don't give a fuck. So then he hits a swinging suplex, but can't put Hiroshi away. Crowd picks up steam for the close, or towards the close of this matchup. Tana tries to cut off Yuji's momentum by attacking the left knee once again. Proceed to get into a big fucking slap fight, and the slaps are so goddamn hard that Yuji Nagata is sporting a nice little cut on his left cheek. As a result, Tanahashi wins the affair as Nagata collapses to the mat. They fight on the top rope. Tana hits a standing high fly flow, then a second one to make sure that Nagata's down, gets the pinfall victory in a grueling fight for pride between these two gentlemen. 14 minutes, 47 seconds this one went. And just wanted to point out, while Nagata's walking away, trying to gain sympathy from the crowd. He's the veteran who's made it this far. He's trying to be victorious in his final G1, and he's just selling to the crowd, man. He's got this gash on his face. Meanwhile, Tanahashi's off in the corner, just hugging babies, kissing women, fucking rubbing his own face with their towels and all that shit. I'm like, can you be any more of a cocksucker right now?
Hey man, he won. He's got to celebrate. Those are hard-earned victories.
Yeah, but Nagata's on the top of the fucking thing on the rampway or the entranceway, and he's looking out in the crowd, and they don't give a fuck. They're like, "Oh, Tanahashi, please have sex with me right now."
He's the winner. That's what comes with being a winner.
What a dickhead. So we have Bad Luck Fale, the match of the night. Bad Luck Fale versus Tetsuya Naito. That's a joke, obviously.
I thought, yeah.
Naito attacks Fale before he can even get to the ring. So Naito out dickheaded Bad Luck Fale on this occasion. And Naito tries to do some stuff, but gets powered over. Fale takes him to the outside, launches him into the barricade twice, practically kills this gentleman. Naito gets back in at the 18 count. Fale then bunkers down, goes after the lower back of Naito. So I guess the neck is done with here. It's all about the lower back of Tetsuya Naito. So he didn't really let him get anything going. Naito finally snaps out of it, gets back into the match with a reverse neckbreaker into a single leg drop kick. Fale hits a big splash, tries for the bad luck fall, but Naito escapes, then does an STO into a chokehold with his legs. I don't know if that has a move. Please let me know if it does. It looked really amazing. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about here. He dropped him with an STO, and then... Well, no, that wouldn't be an STO then. STO's forward. It was like a reverse STO. And then...
A flatliner.
Yeah, flatliner, and then he locked him with both of his legs and had him in like this weird fucking choke thing going on there. It looked great. I don't know the exact term for it, but it looked fucking amazing. So Fale attempts the grenade. It gets countered into a DDT. Tetsuya goes for Destino. Fale counters that with a grenade. Actually connects with it. And but can't get the 3, so he hits the bad luck fall and finally puts away Tetsuya Naito. So Bad Luck Fale in 11 minutes and 55 seconds gets the win over Tetsuya Naito here in the G1 Climax. I know we could all wish that Bad Luck Fale could go winless because why is he here? But you got to put the big...
not that terrible.
I mean, no, not at all. Not at all. He's not as bad as a lot of big guys in the wrestling world, but he's definitely not running away with anyone's favorites here at the moment.
Nobody's going 9-0 in this tournament, so Naito's got to lose at some point. So why not to Fale? Why not to the big guy?
I guess.
And not Ryback.
I was gonna say he's not in this tournament, you weirdo. Kota Ibushi versus Tomohiro Ishii. They counter each other a bit in the early going of this match, get into a big forearm battle that Ibushi wins. So, and now that I'm saying that, I just wanted to point out during this matchup, the story for me at least, what I was gathering from what I was watching is that in New Japan Pro Wrestling, guys have little fights. And by that I mean fist fights, forearm battles, slap battles, whatever you have, whatever you may, whatever's going on at the moment. A guy wins those fights all the time. Someone drops, someone is victorious in that situation. Every time Ishii tried to fight Ibushi in any sort of battle, slap fight, kick fight, whatever it may be, Ibushi won every single one of them, and Ishii could not hang with Ibushi when it came to a fight, which got really irritating at some point as a newly found Tomohiro Ishii fan. I've been a fan of his since 2017. I know exactly what I'm talking about here.
Since way back in June of 2017.
Yeah. Long-time fan, first-time admirer. So Ishii kills him with a bunch of chops. Kota hits a suplex that Ishii got right up after. So, he fucking kills him with a dropkick. Does a plancha to the outside. Kota brings him back in the ring, and the crowd clapped for this because this is an admirable move by Kota Ibushi. They're on the outside, and he goes, No. I will not accept a count-out victory. I am Kota Ibushi. Fuck you, heel fans. So Ibushi has him on his knees and starts giving him stiff-ass kicks to the chest, but Ishii starts to fire up and resist him after about the fourth or fifth kick. Starts giving him headbutts on the second rope in the corner. Ibushi starts firing up after a couple knees to the gut. And then Ishii spits on him, which starts a big brawl until Ibushi lays his ass out. Ishii wins his first quote-unquote fight of the matchup. So he was losing all these little brawls, and then he finally won something towards the end after they counted each other's signature until he lays Ibushi out with a lariat, and the crowd chants for Ishii at this point. And now the New Japan crowd, I would just like to point out, are very fair-weather fans. They have a favor going into the match, and as soon as they start seeing doing real good, they start to chant, I see you fuckers. Don't think you're getting one over on this guy.
How do you chant all these guys and or both these guys in
all these guys? I don't know. But the point here,
racist, sir.
It is racist. The point here being, okay, is that you can't fucking do this, New Japan crowd. Wait, hold on. Where are we at? I'm gonna Machida City General Gymnasium. Don't you dare be fair-weather fans, okay? Fuck off.
Also, don't you dare be sour.
Moving on. Ishii hits an avalanche brainbuster, only gets a 2 count out of it. Then Kota reverses a German by landing on his feet, then kills him with a shin kick to the face. Bushi gets a close 2 count after a dragon suplex bridge pin. Folds him over with a lariat, then a knee strike to the fucking face, and then finish Ishii off with a golden star bomb to get the victory. Kota Ibushi gets on the board here. 17 minutes, 14 seconds over Ishii. A good match. Great match, obviously. These guys are...
When you have Ibushi and Ishii on
very good
together, yeah, they're not gonna disappoint you.
But I did like and what I'm trying to do now with the more New Japan matches that I watch is gather a story, and the story that I got from this one was that Ibushi could hang, even with the toughest. He could hang.
I think Ibushi is going far in this tournament.
I hope he is.
Maybe a battle of the Golden Lovers for the finals.
If Omega and Ibushi made it to the finals, I think everybody would be happy. Not like a few guys. I think everyone would be happy about that finish.
That might be the most desired outcome.
So we have Togi Makabe versus Hiroki Goto in a fucking battle of men.
Yeah.
This was just a manly fight between two lumberjacks.
Yeah.
This should have been wearing flannel. This would have made it even better.
Very thick-chested
gentlemen with a lot to prove. So they run the ropes for a bit, giving each other shoulder blocks. Makabe goes to the top, but gets killed with a lariat while sitting on the top. This was an awesome spot. It happened like 5 minutes into the match. But Makabe's on the top, and Goto catches him, and he just fucking folds right onto the ground. Goto throws him sternum first into the barricade, capitalizing on what Ishii established in their last encounter, or in Makabe's last match in the tournament. Back in the ring, Goto works the right leg with a single leg crab. No idea why, but just out of nowhere, he started working the right leg. Goto beats him up for a bit until Togi drops him with a stiff-ass shoulder block. Later on, he says to Goto, fuck you, then hits a big lariat. Both men hit a lariat at the same time and lay each other out. Togi goes for another lariat, but gets countered with an Ushigoroshi. I'm going to be saying lariat a lot. Get ready. They challenge each other and trade lariats in the center of the ring. They lariated it a lot in this matchup, by the way. Goto loses that fight as he crumbles to the mat. Togi hits the ropes for another one that connects and fucking drills Goto, who did a full revolution in the air. Okay? This guy was killed by a lariat.
You act like you've never seen that before.
I mean, this guy did a full 360 in the sky, like, without touching the mat.
In the sky.
He sent this fucker into orbit. Of course I was impressed. We see a King Kong knee drop that doesn't connect. Togi then sells the right knee that was previously being worked over, so I guess that had to pay off. Goto has him in a sleeper for a bit. When Makabe gets out of it, he falls to the mat after a headbutt. Then hit the top rope where we see a King Kong knee drop. Togi hits the fall away powerbomb into a pin, only gets a 2. Then Makabe finally puts Goto away with a second King Kong knee drop, puts him on the board. 16 minutes 55 seconds for the Unchained Gorilla, who's back is finally on the board here in his hometown, by the way.
Yes.
Good job.
So we got the hometown win, which is nice.
All right, so standings as follows.
Standings as of night 5 of the tournament, day 3 of the A block of the tournament. We have in first place a 6-way tie. Hirooki Goto, Kota Ibushi, Hiroshi Tanahashi, Tetsuya Naito, Bad Luck Fale, and Zack Sabre Jr. all at 2-1 have 4 points. A 3-way tie for 7th. We have Tomohiro Ishii, Yoshihashi, and Togi Makabe at all 1 and 2 with 2 points. And then Yuji Nagata 0-3.
Damn
no
it,
points.
man. Nagata not on the board yet.
Putting up a hell of a fight in every match, but he just
can't get the big one. Can't get the big one here. What a sad state of affair for a gentleman, like me, who's been a long time Yuji Nagata fan. I was there in '95 when he started.
Oh yeah,
I was there in the Tokyo Dome. It was good times. I was there when Tanahashi defeated him and ruined his streak. I cried like a baby for days. I wanted to end it all for the Blue Justice. So we have the B block. We have the 25th, I believe. Yes, 24th. Yes. We did not have any wrestling. 25th. Nope. So we're back on here again after the day off with the B block. And I do not know why this is called this. The Big Palette Fukushima. That's what it was called. The Big Palette. I don't know. I guess a lot of people like to eat there. I don't know why that arena was called that. But it was in Fukushima. That's all I know. So we have night 3 of the B block, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so night B of the B.
Well, if the last show we did was night 3 of the A block,
yeah, right.
You could include
night 6 of the G1.
Night 6 of the tournament night. Yeah, night 3 of the B block.
I gotta get these nights matched up here. So we have
the B block the night of the B block will always be half the night of what the tournament is.
Math is good.
Yes.
Satoshi Kojima versus Michael Elgin. I'm going to label this match Big Arms in Little Fukushima. So that's what it was. Big fucking arms, man, running around here.
Yeah.
So you have both men size each other up with shoulder blocks when Kojima wins the fight, flexes his boobs a little bit. Elgin goes on the offense, works over Kojima, hits a big forearm. Kojima takes over, goes right for the corner chops early, then Ichasa Bakayano, and connects with the elbow drop. So this fucking guy didn't waste any time with this shit. He wanted to get it over with very quickly. Apparently, he had to be in the back for something. Elgin does his version of the corner chops, and instead of yelling the chant, he disrespects the crowd. He does one of these. He does the fucking... I don't even know what this means.
No, whatever the little fuck you.
Yeah, the fuck you with the arm.
Yeah.
When you put your fucking
up
palm
yours
on your...
whatever,
yeah, the up yours. I guess, let's call it that, the up yours. I never knew what that meant.
Something along those lines.
Yeah. So he does this, right? Obviously to mock Kojima, and the crowd still yells, Ichasa Bakayano. Are these people stupid? Why? I don't know.
They're a sucker for that spot.
They'll take anything they could get. Yeah. They hear if they're on the train, on the bullet train, and they hear Ichoso, they have to yell Bakayano immediately afterwards.
Yeah.
So Elgin tries a German on the apron, but Satoshi hits a DDT, and both men end up on the outside. Elgin plants him with a powerbomb on the apron, kills Kojima, but he gets back in at the 18 count. So Mike wastes no time, hits a Falcon Arrow, does the deal.
Yes.
But only for a 2 count. Elgin mocked the elbow pad spot of Kojima, who then takes off his pad and tries to kill Elgin, who counters with a lariat of his own, takes Kojima off his feet. Elgin hits the ropes, but gets countered with a Koji cutter. Elgin looks to finish off Satoshi, hits a stack powerbomb, but rolls him forward to get him back up for a buckle bomb. And when he connects, Kojima rebounds with a lariat, and the crowd was stunned by this. Oh no. A reversal for a buckle bomb? But buckle bombs kill men. Not so. Not on a heavily padded buckle there. No, I don't think so. Elgin puts Kojima away finally with a super sunset flip, then a spinning sit-out powerbomb, which is the Elgin bomb. I wrote spinning sit-out powerbomb because I'm an idiot. To get the pinfall and leave Kojima winless here in this tournament. 13 minutes and 9 seconds. So how do you feel about the about Kojima, man, coming up with a donut here? He's living large and Krispy Kreme at the moment. So is Nagata, though, man.
It's a little upsetting. They didn't say it was going to be Kojima's last tournament, so I don't know why they're doing this.
That's true.
But I mean, it's not like, honestly.
They should have like a what's the fucking thing called in NCAA basketball where you don't make it into the tournament? I think it's like the NIT.
NIT, yeah.
They should have that for the G1.
It's the NCAA, and then it's tournament, and then it breaks down to the NIT for the next 32 teams that didn't make it, and then it's like CBT, whatever. There's a third tournament.
Why is there a third tier?
There's another tournament after the NIT. It's like 16 teams.
So quick tangent here. If you are in the third tier of college basketball schools, you are irrelevant at that point. And
hey man, there's a lot of colleges, so to be in the 64, 32, 96, 100, to be in the top 116 teams, college teams in basketball, there's a lot of colleges.
Lord of mercy. Yeah. The educational system is booming right now. The business is booming in college. I know that much. But yeah, they should have an NIT for the G1, so we could have Nagata and Kojima go at it for a very small trophy. Yeah. So we have Tama Tonga versus Evil. Both men start pushing each other before the bell even rings. And when it does, Tama Tonga asks Evil, hey, you want to take this to the outside? Would you want to take this outside, sir? And Evil says, sure, let's go. Let's do it. So they do. They both casually go to the floor and indeed take it to the outside. I loved this spot. I laughed my arse off. They fight in the crowd all the way by the concession stand where Tonga lays Evil out, then grabs Marty Asami, brings him to the ring, and demands he starts to count Evil out. And here I thought, I'm sitting here as a 25-year-old man, and I said, he's going to fucking kill Marty. Yes! Yes! We're going to see.
Hey, man, don't bang the desk. You remember what happened last time you banged the desk?
That's right. No, it's still alive. Don't worry.
Okay.
I thought he was going to beat up Marty Asami. I've been waiting forever for Marty Asami to get his ass whipped, but alas, that was not to be. So, and if he did do this, Tama Tonga would have been my new favorite wrestler ever. But Evil gets back in at the 16 count. Tama keeps working him over. Evil takes over with a backdrop and sends him to the outside where he gives him a concerto.
I also have to say something about the that countout spot. Countouts work differently here than in WWE. Because Tama Tonga went out of the ring to try to make sure Evil, to hit Evil.
Yes.
And make sure he got counted out. And then he went back in, and it didn't break the count.
Huh. You mean there was shoddy officiating with a Marty Asami match?
I don't know.
How could this have happened?
I don't know if it's shoddy officiating or if it's just the countout procedures in New Japan are different than the countout procedures in the WWE.
I'm going to put a Craigslist posting up tonight to seek out a undercover agent. I want to find who is paying Marty Asami to do all of this chicanery on New Japan Pro Wrestling Television and TV Asahi. These people need to get on this man for his debauchery. That's not the right word, is it? His sexual pleasures. Maybe he does like it a lot. I don't know. But anyways, Tama gets killed with a concerto. Marty Asami, who was just shoved about 5 seconds before this spot by Evil to the side, right? Shoves him to the side and then gives him the concerto because, God, if Marty saw this concerto, boy, he would have just been up in arms, right? Yeah, right. And as soon as he's, like, literally right after the concerto, Evil gets back in the ring and Marty starts counting, like, immediately. Meanwhile, Tama Tonga had to pull his fucking arm to get the count started.
Yeah.
Where is this? What is this guy doing here? Who hired him? Who's his agent? I want to have a talk with this gentleman. Fuck. So Eva goes for the STO.
Who produced this segment?
Right? Eva goes for the STO. Tama counters with a Superman punch. Then a cradle DDT. Only gets a 2 count. Then an awesome sequence of counters occurs that leads to Evil hitting the STO to get the 3 count and 2 more points on the board. 10 minutes, 27 seconds. So Tama Tonga ate shit in his first match after talking shit.
Yeah.
So that's for sure. So Tama Tonga, still a good little match here, aside from the bullshit. But they did fine. Tama Tonga's pretty good on his own. Very quick man. Gets a lot of things done in the ring. So, but in the end, everything was evil. Boy, that was a shit fucking joke.
Yep.
So, Juice Robinson versus Minoru Suzuki. And the prologue to this matchup was the match that happened the previous night with a tag match between Desperado, Suzuki Taichi versus Juice. Hidai Kawato was Kawato was the young one of the young boys, and somebody else. I don't remember who it was.
Did you watch all that shit?
No, but I came across it because I really like Kawato. Like I really, really do like him. Okay. He is not Kawato, Kawada. I'm sorry, I fucking said his name. One of the young boys. If you have not seen this kid, you need to. I don't know how young he is. Maybe he's not even a kid, but he is phenomenal. I love Kitamura. Okay, and Tomoaki Oka's fine, but this guy is a pro, like literally right now. Okay,
yeah,
very good stuff. But anyways, in that match, Suzuki worked over the left knee of Juice Robinson, so that's what set this all up. So Juice comes out selling the right knee. I just said left knee; it was the right knee, I suppose. That Suzuki beat up in the last match they were in. Minoru attacks him before the bell rings. They brawl on the floor. Desperado tries to get involved, but ends up fucking off because Robinson just threw him into a barricade. But then he gets back in. Juice gets back in the ring and shoulder blocks the shit out of Suzuki. Lays his ass out. Minoru takes him into the crowd because this would not be a Minoru Suzuki match if we didn't have a couple of fucking fights on the outside, right? Throws a fucking barricade panel on his fucking knee because just kicking it wouldn't have done much. We have to throw an entire piece of barricade on this gentleman. Desperado beats him up with a water bottle and an umbrella. Robinson gets back in at the 19 count. Suzuki continues to assault the left knee. Now, God, are these notes messed up or am I getting... I just don't know my knees anymore.
Maybe you don't know your knees.
One of the knees was being attacked here, everybody.
I don't remember which one.
Not trying to do much wrestling at all. Suzuki was not trying to wrestle whatsoever during this match. Juice shows the fighting spirit by challenging Suzuki to a chest chop off. Robinson holds his own in that situation. So Juice Robinson standing up to the big bully known as Minoru Suzuki here. He really nutted up here against this guy. Suzuki attacks the knee some more. Robinson gets slapped around and calls him a motherfucker. Goes for a pulp friction, but it gets countered into a sleeper hold. Then Juice fucking levels Suzuki with a jab, but Minoru fires back with a jab of his own. That actually killed Juice. Juice's jab sounded really nice. Suzuki's you didn't hear anything out of it, but it killed him.
Yeah.
So I guess the ones that
he's the MMA guy, so you got to sell it. Yeah.
He's the one that, the softer the better, I guess, or the quieter the better. So, what happened here? Then, nothing much after that because he hit the fucking Gotch-style pile driver, and that was it. So Suzuki gets on the board here over Juice Robinson. Afterwards, Minoru Suzuki was pissed at the fact that he had a little bruise on his face. Didn't have a cut. It was like a little bruise. So he decides to take it out on some of the young boys, beats them up, fucking bullies them around, and almost punches Desperado.
Yeah.
Almost killed his own stablemate. And then before he gets to the back, he gives Kawada, the young boy that I was speaking about previously, a very stiff-ass kick to the back. And then almost beats up the cameraman. So that's what happens when this guy gets a fucking bruise, okay? He almost kills everybody. And then that was it. 11 minutes, 23 seconds for that match. So I guess Juice Robinson's right or left knee is going to be worked over here for the majority of the tournament going forward. So we have perhaps the match of the night. Toru Yano versus Kenny Omega.
Yes, yeah.
This was just logic on top of logic, everybody. Now, if you are new to the New Japan product and you're thinking, Kenny Omega, the 6-star man, one of the best wrestlers on the face of the earth right now, and you don't know what he used to do before all this, you are in for a surprise.
Yeah.
It's Kenny Omega was a comedy guy, and he's still a comedy guy. He never really got away from it.
He's wrestled the blow-up doll. He's wrestled the 9-year-old girl. I'm pretty sure he wrestled the table once, too. Or maybe it was Ibushi. One of those guys wrestled the table.
So if you're watching this match going, what's this? This is Kenny Omega. He's not that serious. Well, he's not really ever been that serious. He's only been serious, this year, okay? He's always been a comedy guy. So upon arrival, Kenny Omega says to the camera, I forgot the belt. Jesus, I'm going to get in trouble. So Yano wants to give the Chaos DVD to Kenny. then gets a present chant over. Okay, he started chanting present, and the crowd decided to do it too. Yano gives it to Red Shoes, who then gives it to Kenny, who is encouraged to open it up. And when he does, there's powder on the inside, and Yano throws it in his face, goes for a roll-up, only gets a 2 count. And when Kenny gets back up, he can't see a fucking thing, so he almost gives Red Shoes a fucking one-winged angel. But he gets crotched, or he gets low-blowed, or in the ball sack by Yano. And a bunch of wacky stuff happens. Yano takes pads off all 4 corners of the ring. No idea why he needed to do this, but he did it anyways. And they fought each other to avoid the corner of the ring. Like, there was a spot where they just kept Irish whipping each other over and over and over again. Because if you do not know, everybody, hitting the corner exposed turnbuckle means death.
Yes.
You will die.
Even though it's just a really thin piece of metal. Like, I'm sure it doesn't feel good, but it shouldn't knock you out.
You will die. A hard death. They pull each other's hair for a bit. I will say that again. They pulled each other's hair for a bit. And they sold it.
Yeah.
They sold the shit out of this. Yano wraps Kenny's legs together with fight tape, so Kenny responds by doing the same. So both men get back in the ring, fighting with essentially one leg.
I don't know why Kenny got back in the ring. He wasn't in danger of getting counted out. All he had to do was just bend over and untape the legs, and he could have gone back to
fighting spirit.
Yeah.
Even with one fucking leg. So, towards the end of the match, Chase Owens gets into the ring with a pair of scissors, because that's exactly what this guy needed at this point. So Omega can escape the clutches of the tape. He gives Yano a V-trigger, sends him to the outside, leaving him unable to get back in the ring because Yano still had his legs all taped up. And gets the count out, and Kenny Omega walks away with another W via tape and a count out.
Yeah.
11 minutes, 31 seconds. This was supremely hilarious and entertaining as all hell, because if there's one thing I do appreciate, it's Yano's ability to make every situation super serious in this promotion very not serious.
Yeah.
And very entertaining. But afterwards, Yano rolls to the back, still tied up because Chase Owens ran away with the scissors, and he teased giving it to him when he said, "Nope, fuck you," and walked away with the scissors.
I'm not gonna lie, I skip all that aftermatch shit. Like, I want to get done with it. So, like, once the match is over,
no. I'm interested in the post-match drama of Yano rolling to the back as a result of his legs being tied up. So, the final match of this night, this was the final match of the B block here, Kazuchika Okada versus Sanada. They started off with some mat wrestling, go back and forth. Sanada comes off the top rope, misses, but lands on his feet, sells the right knee. So everyone's thinking, all right, here we go. We've got a body part. We've got a target here for Mr. World Champion here. Okada backs off, lets him get back to his feet, but it was all a ruse by Sanada as he faked him out and attacked him, sent him to the outside. Then Sanada worked him over in the ring with a sleeper. Okada starts up a comeback. They end up on the outside where Okada does a cross body over the railing into the crowd. Okada comes up selling the left knee from landing badly, which opened up an offensive playbook for Mr. Hyundai Sanada. Okada fights off a Paradise Lock twice, but can't avoid it the third time. So Okada goes up top, hits a diving elbow, then strikes the Rainmaker pose. Sanada avoids any offense that Okada wanted to throw at him as a result of this, because when he hits the Rainmaker pose, the match is either coming to a close or it's going to hit all of his moves. And he couldn't get any of them in because Sanada has watched the tape.
Yes.
Gets a 2 count out of
He's watched this show before.
Unlike a lot of guys in WWE, this guy watches his own product. Yeah. What an idiot, right?
Yeah.
So he gets a 2 count out of a swinging backdrop. We saw Sanada get a 2 count out of a dropkick and a TKO. Can't connect with a Muda moonsault. He has the skull end locked in on the top turnbuckle, but Okada counters that into a tombstone. Crowd starts to get hot over the close 2 count after that spot. Sanada hits a tombstone of his own, then locks in the skull end, which looks to be the end for Mr. IWGP Heavyweight Champion. But instead he gets to the ropes because Sanada, if you noticed, did not fully lock this in.
I was about to say, like, the way he, like, grips the head, it doesn't look like he has it, like, fully cinched in. Like, Okada can just easily just move his head out.
And here's why, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you must pay attention to New Japan Pro Wrestling. Because they will throw things at you like this, and you're going to wonder, well, gee, how did he not tap out? Well, he had his arm around his face, not his neck.
Yeah.
So he didn't really have it locked in here. So that's how Sanada didn't get this win. Sanada hits the Muda Moonsault and attempts another Skull End, but Okada fights it off, drops him with the first Rainmaker of this matchup. Okada hits another Rainmaker right afterwards, goes for another, but Sanada gets out of it. A game of counters happens, but instead of Sanada getting the better of it, Okada hits a third Rainmaker, and that is it. The Fat Lady sings 20 minutes and 49 seconds. This went 20 minutes. So Sanada really took the champ to the limit here, and Okada walks away with another W. So the standings, Mr. Crusoe.
The standings for the B block. Night 6 of the tournament. Night 3 of the B block. We have tied for first place Kenny Omega and Kazuchika Okada, both at 3-0.
Oh, no.
6 points. Surprise, I know.
What a
right?
shocker.
A three-way tie for third place. Evil, Minoru Suzuki, and Sanada. Oh, I'm sorry. No, a two-way tie for third place. Evil and Suzuki are 2-1 with 4 points. And then a five-way tie for fifth place. Sanada, Toriano, Juice Robinson, Michael Elgin, and Tama Tonga all are 1-2 with 2 points. And then Satoshi Kojima in last place, 0-3.
So
0 points.
Before we God damn it, man. Satoshi Kojima. The best lariat in the world, huh? I suppose.
Hey man, he can still end this tournament 6-3. He might not win it at a 6-3 record, but it's still a good showing.
So, usually I ask you what your favorite match of each night was, but since we're combining shows, best match out of both shows.
Out of both shows?
Out of both shows. And if you prefer, if you would want to, a close second. How about that?
Well, I
Because
mean,
we've got 10 matches now to look forward to every show.
I can give you both. I can give you one for each night. Ibushi and Ishii was obviously the 8-block one. And then Omega and Yano was a lot of fun. I mean, it was dumb, but it was fun.
No. I want a match for both nights. Combined. All 10 matches.
Oh, well, then Ibushi
Number one.
Ishii, obviously.
Ibushi Ishii,
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if you heard me. I don't know if I explained it the right way at the beginning. But,
No, I did, but you said, because I figured I'd just give you the one. Of
Oh,
each. I heard
okay.
what you said, but.
I'm actually going to go with a fun match that I thought was a lot of fun out of both nights together. Kojima and Elgin, man. That was just a fucking brawl, man.
Yeah.
That was a fight. And it was two guys who just work out a lot and just fucking eat a lot of steak.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun to watch. And of course, I'm going to give a close second to Omega and Yano just because it was a lot of fun. And it's good to see Kenny doing fun stuff again.
Yeah.
He's been a very serious, autopilot, very super serious mode lately.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think Ibushi and Ishii was fine. Nagata, I was sad about the loss, so I'm not even going to mention that one. Goto and Makabe was really good, too.
Yeah.
Tough guy match, you know? Tough guy matches are always a lot of fun. Just dudes fucking hitting each other as hard as humanly possible. So that was always a fun thing to watch. So, with that being said...
I'd say solid matches. Night 3 was for both blocks wasn't as good as night 2 for both blocks, I'd say, but...
Well, we're getting there. We're getting to the we're getting to the dog days of summer here.
Yeah, we're a third of the way through the round robin part of this tournament, so
we're inching in on the dog days of summer, everybody, and things are going to start to slow down, and we're going to start selling injuries, everybody.
Yep.
Here we go. The injuries are rolling in.
Yep.
So they're building up here.
Get your injury chart out.
So the next time we'll join all of you is we're going to be combining both the 26th, which is happening in like 3 hours, I think.
Yeah, something
maybe.
like that.
It's 1:51 in the morning right now, so a couple of hours that will be done. Then we have tomorrow today's Wednesday. Then we have tomorrow morning to look forward to.
Yeah.
For the B block. So we'll see you all for the next 2 nights of the G1 Climax as we just keep moving here and the train don't stop for nobody. So until then, take care, everybody.